Naked Lad Con by The Cowardly Christian. In Timmy's excitement, he goes to wrong convention. Soon he'll be stripped of his dignity.
And something
But he
else.
can. Oh, yeah. He find a way, but can he find a way to save the night and make peace with his shortcomings? A story idea from Mr. D47. Great.
Damn.
I'm glad we have the exact name of the person to blame for this.
He did comment on this, but he can't click on his account. So
Darn it. I own and regret nothing. Really?
I
He doesn't
own
own.
and regret nothing. I think I regret a lot of things, like reading this story.
Yeah, you should regret
Also,
things, man.
can you believe that a person who would write a story called Naked Lad Con doesn't own Fairly Odd Parents? I think that's just absurd.
Given the fact that his name is the Cowardly Christian, how could he not be Butch Hartman?
Well, that's very true.
All right. Timmy was excited. Today was the day of the yearly Crimson Chin Con. Better yet, they were going to show a preview of the second movie.
Holy shit.
Best of all, he wished for Cosmo and Wanda to go ahead and save him a front row seat.
Wow.
He looks up to the various signs. Let's see. Wet Willy Convention? No. Super Friends Convention? No. Crash Nebula Convention? Hold on. What is Wet Willy Convention? Can you explain that to me, author? What's going on there?
Wet Willy Convention. Well, it's funny, man. It's humor. It's like a funny story instead of a serious one, right, guys?
Crash Nebula Convention? Maybe later. Catman Convention? Double no. Yeah, because Wet Willy Convention was more appealing than that.
Does Timmy not like Catman? It's been a while since I've
Dude,
seen that.
Naked Lad Convention? Ew.
That's gross,
Here
man.
we go. Crimson Chin Convention, Room 2B. So excited was Timmy running to the convention, he never saw a dark silhouette switch two of the signs back in their original positions, an evil smirk on her face.
Who would do
Man,
this,
such
man?
sinisterness.
Who would want to see Timmy Turner go to Naked Lad Con?
You think that someone walking into a convention could go, oh, this is the wrong convention, and then just immediately get out?
I mean, yeah, that's usually what happens if you go into the wrong convention.
Timmy could barely contain himself. He burst right into the room just in time to see a small group of sweaty nerds heavily breathing over merchandise with his face on it. No, wait.
I like the group of sweaty nerds heavily breathing over Naked Lad Con or Naked Lad. Isn't that
Well, like, if
creepy
it has
and
his face
fucking
on
weird?
it, like, does that mean that they're breathing over, like, the image of, like, a 12-year-old kid naked?
Yeah, man. They're nerds over a child being naked.
I think this is another type of convention game. I'm kind of getting that impression. More of, whatever. He's entered into the maps community.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
joking. I'm sorry. No, wait. That wasn't his face. It was Naked Lad, away! Shouted a nerd as he played with an action figure. Timmy began to panic. Terrible memories of him being trapped naked outside his house resurfaced. He had to get out of here.
When did this happen? Oh, right. There was an episode where Timmy was naked and he was trying to get home, right?
And that sparked him being Naked Lad. It could
Well,
easily be like an actual thing for the show. That wouldn't surprise me.
naked, dude. It's like one of those things where it's like it seems like very innocent as a child, and then you look back and it's just like, wait, were the people making this like pedophiles? It's like all that like Dan Schneider stuff where it's just like, oh my god, this is like disturbing.
He turned around and slammed into a wall of wool. There you are! Where have you been? You're late, shouted the coordinator. What? Who? babbled Timmy, confused, as he suddenly forcibly carried to the stage. Never mind. The origin of Naked Lad will start in 5 minutes. We need you in your place and ready to strip down. Timmy turned pale. Had he been mistaken for an actor?
That's
You mean like a strip artist? Like this like
that's like really creepy to just approach a child and be like, "We need you in your place and ready to strip down."
he'd been mistaken for an actor, and they wanted him to get naked? Wait, I think there's been a mistake. Relax. Despite the abysmal turnout, you'll still get $1 million check after the show. Holy smokes, this is prostitution, isn't it?
It was so tempting.
Timmy's eyes widened. $1 million? It was so tempting. Yet, then he remembered something else he'd said. Wait, abysmal turnout? Yeah, that was such a huge bummer, man. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
It's really sad that not more people are showing up for a naked child. To see a naked child. Ugh.
He asked, cautiously. The guy shrugged. Well, yeah. Not too many people are brave enough to openly admit they like it. For obvious reasons. Are they really going that way? Are they really going that way with the whole pedophilic angle?
Well, of course, man.
Oh my god. It's still very popular, though. Most of the nerds here are people buying on behalf of larger groups. More than enough merchandise is sold to justify the expenses, I assure you. Timmy frowned. Only a small group of people who didn't know him would see him? Big money? Still, all it would take was one photo getting out. Yeah, it's not like you can hide who you are if you're just literally naked.
Also, but like, hold on. I'm gonna have to like reread this.
What way?
Why is he? Why is he doing this? Why is he talking?
Well,
Like, well, like if he thinks he's the actor, like, why would the actor be like? Wouldn't the actor be like, I know what I'm getting into. I'm gonna do this. Like, if you hire an actor and then he shows up and he's like, wait, what's going on? Like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't you know that something would be wrong?
Yes. You also shouldn't generally approach children with the intent of them stripping. That's just not appropriate in society. Of course, we have to make more money if that stupid ban on photography weren't put in effect due to lawsuits. I think it's not a ban on photography they're worried about. I'm gonna be honest here, guys.
Just not taking pictures and distributing naked children online.
Typical. All it takes is one pervert. You really want to go there? All it takes is one pervert who can't mind his own business or read up on electrical safety to ruin it for the rest of us, snarled the conductor, annoyed. Timmy's eyes widened. He could make a fortune, and no one he cared about would be the wiser. With more enthusiasm than before, Timmy ran to the stage to get ready. I'm so glad he's so enthralled by this. I'm also so disappointed in the society that the only issue is the fact that there's electrical safety concerns with taking pictures. Yeah. In a nearby large planted pot, a familiar piece of red hair poked out. Get ready for your close-up, twerp, laughed Vicky as she activated her digital camera. So she wants to take naked pictures of Timmy? Okay. This is straight up like, I don't know. Vicky was pretty evil, but this is getting a little bit too far, if I'm gonna be honest.
Vicky gets
Also, why
arrested
would
for distributing child pornography. Yeah.
well like Vicky like switches the signs for Timmy to come into the convention, just assuming that like this would happen somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Vicky laughed as she activated her digital camera and got ready to humiliate Turner live over Dimsdale. Holy smokes,
So
guys.
crazy,
To be continued.
bro.
Author's note. Author's note. Oh, we got to give this guy a great voice for this. I know it says in progress, but really, I don't. I don't like boxing myself into a corner. For now, this is more of a one shot. That I one day it might continue.
Considering it says
Probably. Yeah, yeah. Feel free to use whatever elements you want from this if you want. Or maybe give me ideas. Love me, flame me, review me. I won't.
Dude, I want to use elements from this to write my own story, except just make it really horrible. Remember your Fairly Odd Parents fan fiction? Timmy was a man, I'm naked a man. That's the whole fan fiction. You just stopped writing into that.
Trying to make a fan fiction on Fairly Odd Parents, like a troll, and then it's like, you know, there's just some lines you just stop at, and the moment I wrote down that line, I just stopped. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can't go anywhere with that. It doesn't lead anywhere good. Author's note. This chapter is a reward to Zim's most loyal servant for doing my challenge. Give me stories to read. They're good.
I doubt it.
Actually, you spelled "there" wrong, so I can't even believe you're saying that right. You
Yeah,
spelled
come on.
the EIR instead of they are.
Disappointing.
Or you're talking about the person, maybe. Okay.
They call it disappointing because their dis is pointing.
Well, no. Trixie Tang bungled up her overcoat and fedora. Oh, gross, man. What the trash? What are you doing? What are you doing, Trixie?
Fedora. Oh my god, yeah, why is Trixie wearing like a fedora?
Making her... I'm sure they're going with the trope with like in the cartoons with like a really like in disguise. It's just like this gray like overcoat and fedora. But really, that just looks completely stupid in real life. As a disguise.
Yeah.
I'm sure it matches in with this particular crowd though, so never mind then. Roasted. Trixie Tang bundled up her overcoat and fedora, making sure no one could recognize her as she entered the convention. Once more, she cursed. Naked lad fan lol KR 6's incompetence. What?
Oh, I think somebody was gonna like they were talking about in the last chapter. They have like people buy stuff for other people.
All he had to do was buy 6 items. 6, not 5, 6. How hard could that be? If he thinks he's still getting paid, then forget it. Worse, the items he'd forgotten was the most important on one of the list. Naked Land issue 1. She'd won it. Really? Like number 1.
Number? Yeah.
She'd won it in an intense bidding war, but the owner made it mad and very clear if she didn't buy it from him before the convention was over, he'd give it to the next bidder down. So now she had to come down to the convention in person and pray that no one recognized her. Wait, is this Trixie?
Yeah, this is
Trixie is the one?
Yeah.
I thought it was like trying to set up Timmy and trying to humiliate him by filming it live over Dimsdale. But now it's like turned out that she's actually really into Naked Land and wants to see Timmy naked. Like that's what I'm getting from this.
That was Vicky. Vicky was in the last chapter, not Trixie.
Oh my god, you're right. You're right. I'm so dumb. But like, oh, gosh darn it! So they're putting the obvious love interest, Trixie Tang, from fan favorite of the community to love to ship with Timmy, and making her really love Timmy's naked body and somehow not recognize him. Like, how
Well,
do you
man,
not
Timmy
recognize someone
looks
when they're
exactly
totally
like
naked?
Naked Lad, dude. So it's epic.
That is the worst possible disguise I could ever think of. Is just to wear no disguise whatsoever in the most absolute sense.
uh,
Like, at least Superman wore glasses, man. There's no excuse for this. So now she had to come down to the convention in person and pray that no one recognized her. Her reputation was at stake. Fortunately, it was a light turn on. Okay.
what?
And no one she knew was there. Wrong there, by the way. So maybe this wouldn't be so bad. She smiled as she brought the comic. She knew it was weird and maybe kind of perverted. Kind of?
Kind of? Yeah.
For her to like a hero who was buck naked. But his origin, his struggle, it really spoke to her. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, he was everything she wanted to be? Really? Like, naked? And...
He was everything he wanted to be. you know. I'm sure you see that person in the mirror every single time you get in the shower and get out. It's not really that surprising, Trixie. Gosh darn it, man. Attention! Naked Lad origin story will begin soon. Trixie frowned. She knew she should just go home, but the origin story was the main reason she loved the comic. Why not? There was almost no one here, let alone someone she knew. She'd be fine. Since Timmy never read a script, the coordinator naturally blamed his apparent idiotic assist. That is a red flag. If your actor does not know the script or anything to do with the acting part, that's a red flag.
Yeah, like, really?
Gosh darn it, man.
Dude, I think once they figure out that Timmy wasn't the actor that they hired, I think they're gonna get fucking sued at the ass for making a child strip down naked and go on stage.
Well, you can very clearly tell the difference between like a 12-year-old kid and like an adult actor that you're having pretending to be a 12-year-old kid. But like, darn it, man! Like, this is so dumb. I don't even want to go on the deep parts of this story, man. Ugh. Since Timmy never read a script, the coordinator naturally blamed his apparently idiotic assistant for forgetting to send him one. Look, the props are animatronic. Oh, really? Just improvise, and they'll take care of the rest. He shoved him on stage before he could question anything else. Thankfully, the props did do most of the work. Timmy was actually able to figure out the story. A bunch of kids on a bus threw a ball at him. Like
Oh,
in
damn. Yeah, like in the intro,
like the opening.
Dude. Yeah.
Bully's towel snapped him. His parents were idiots, and apparently he had an evil baby an evil babysitter. Actually, this is his dot, so it's evil babysitter. So it's someone who actually sits on babies, I'm assuming from this phrasing.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Hold the phone. This naked lad. He's me. Yeah, you couldn't tell from, like, the pictures. He not only looks like me, his life is like mine. Okay, kind of creeped out right now.
Yeah, this is what's creeping you out, and not the fact that some random guy was, like, stripped naked. No.
Yeah, it's just like, so anyway, I was walking to a pedophile den, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be here. And then I saw they were looking at me. Then I got creeped out. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. That's the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a scene involving a telescope and a weird shooting star. Huh? I wonder what's going on now. The next couple scenes apparently he had him trying to fight crime, only to get his butt whooped. His naked butt whooped.
Oh my gosh.
You know, everything in crime fighting is so much worse if you consider them beating up on like a naked child.
Beating up that.
He tried to beat up a robber. Bang! Ow! He tried to stop a runaway car. Crash! Ow! So it's just a guy driving a car and then just runs into a naked kid. It's a really good comic.
Also, like, is Naked Lad supposed to be like a 10-year-old?
That's what I'm getting. Why would he be called Lad if it wasn't like a youngin?
Why would he be trying to like beat up a robber?
Dude, this is the perfectly innocent and completely understandable comic of a naked person fighting crime. What can you not possibly understand, man? He simply instead of donning the mask, he takes off the clothes and goes, "Take me on, city. I'm ready."
Fair enough.
Okay, does he like what about like exposure to the elements? Is that an issue? Never mind. Okay, what exactly was it necessary for the butt whipping to be real? Thought Timmy as he spat up a tooth. Oh, so they're really beating him up on the stage and running him over with the car.
Holy shit! I think
a naked kid.
I think there's some like, isn't there some like fucking rules against like danger on sets?
Oh, you're really gonna go there, man? Really gonna go there after all that's happened so far?
Well, I mean, it's just another piece on the pile of whatever this story is.
No, Gabe, you need to imagine the fact that there's a bunch of sweaty nerds, as described from the text, fawning over the beating up of a naked child on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And Trixie there, too. She's really into it. Man, what a messed up story this is. I wonder if the author even thought about what they're writing. But still, he felt like he was understanding what was happening here, having wished enough.
He really connects with the character of Naked Lad Khan. He's a really relatable character.
Oh man. Having wished enough flopped wishes, let him realize the following scenario. Kid makes wish. He poorly words it, and it backfires. In this case, judging by the context, maybe he'd wish I could be a superhero and that nothing could stop people from seeing me for who I am. And the second half of the wish apparently got interrupted by a Cosmo-type wish giver, apparently, as he was unable to use his powers unless they were there. Wrong there. Was absolutely nothing obstructing people's view of who he was, which apparently meant his clothes. That feels like a stretch. That feels like a stretch. I love how they use there in every context of there, and every single time they use the word there, it's the wrong there.
Yeah.
Oh, except for earlier when he says there was absolutely no one here, where he used the correct there that time. Okay,
you gotta write once,
Yeah. Sure enough, the next scene apparently involved a delusion and an injured naked lad hitting the school showers. Okay. I'm glad that this is part of the script, that he's just taking a shower in front of his sweaty nerds. Timmy sees a bully robot waiting. He wings. What?
In the wings. I think.
Oh, I get it. Bully steals clothes. Kid gets publicly humiliated. Accidentally discover powers. Wait, so he got run over by the thing as a naked person, and then he had his clothes taken off, and then stolen, then he realized his powers? Or did he get beaten up without being naked? Discover that he can have powers when he is naked.
No, that's what I thought. Like, whatever. So I was questioning like why he'd go out and get beat up by robbers if like he wasn't even like a superhero yet, you know?
Just a regular guy.
He's a regular
12-year-old
guy.
kid.
Yeah, a regular 12-year-old kid who tries to beat up a robber with his bare hands.
Only to realize that it actually needed to be naked before he did that. For some reason. That's the origin story, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, the moment he took of his clothes, the boy swiped them and deliberately knocked down the shower stall prop to expose him to the small crowd of strangers, and no one's surprised looking Trixie Chang.
Uh-oh. Oh shit, dude.
To be continued. I don't think you should. You should do the other chapters.
Yeah, I'll read the last 2 chapters. Alright. Chapter 3 of Naked LadCon. Such an awful, awful fucking title. Anyways. Vicky couldn't believe her luck. Wow, he's even smaller than I thought, she laughs to herself. Her plan to trick the twerp to willingly expose him. What is his plan? Did she know this was gonna happen?
Her plan for him to willingly expose himself is the stupidest phrase ever. Like,
well, it's the fact, like, her plan was apparently to get him in the convention room, then for him to run into this guy who would like hire him, and for him to agree to that. Like, what plan is that?
I was questioning that earlier.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
Well, she
I love the concept. My evil master plan is to have him willingly do the thing I want him to do.
Yes. He was willing,
and not cause humiliation. All right, go on.
She just smirked evilly as the twerp continued to dig his own grave.
Oh, snap.
Trixie was in a panic. What was one of the boys who crushed on her doing here? And why was he naked? Well, that last bit was obvious enough. He was playing the role.
On her?
Yeah. Does Trixie even know that? I guess she would. Whatever.
Oh, I'm thinking of... Trixie Tang is the girl that he likes.
Oh,
and not the Vicky's
You're thinking of Tootie.
Sister.
You're thinking of Tootie.
Oh my god, it's been so long, man. Right. I forgot.
Trixie is the one who has a crush. Timmy has a crush on.
He has a crush on her.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways. Well, that last bit was obvious enough. He was playing the role of a naked lad. And quite well. He even had his infamous shortcoming. Is this like canon? That this has happened? Like, who the fuck is writing naked lad? Like, is this person who probably has like a public humiliation fetish?
Oh my god.
Trixie giggled. The realized since Timmy was doing the scene, despite his crush seeing him nude, her disguise must be working. She knew she could just leave while he was ahead, but Timmy's scrawny body was just hilarious, and in character. Maybe just stay a bit longer. Timmy was at first embarrassed, which actually played... Yeah, well, he was... Well, I think he just fucked up the grammar. Timmy was embarrassed at first. I think it was... Which actually played well, since the script actually called for that here. When he was first exposed, especially when he heard the nerds mutter how they went the extra mile. Come on, do we have to, like, extra mile of authenticity and chosen actor with a... Come on. Chosen actor with a teeny weeny. Fucking hell. Do we really have to emphasize this point? Like, is the person writing this really, like, that invested in this scenario? I mean, obviously, but... At first he was...
Again. Darn it, man.
At first he was mortified by this. Then he remembered they were nerds. And who cared what they thought? Isn't Timmy a nerd? Whatever. So he went along with the scene. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Kid gets humiliated. Bully tries to beat him up. Naked lad powers finally activate. Bully gets beaten. Kid flees from the school in shame. Does some minor experimenting. Okay. To find out what's going on. Probably decides to give up being a hero rather than being humiliated. And then, of course. Also, why does he just know this happens? Is this... Whatever.
He's interpreting from what the animatronics are doing for some reason.
Well, of course, but like this is
sense.
like... but does this include he decides to give up rather being a hero? Like, is... Whatever. Timmy had to pause his thoughts as said events began going into motion. The animatronic school kids laughed at him. The bully animatronics tried to humiliate him further.
That must be terrifying.
It's like 5 minutes at Freddy's. Humiliate him further, but Timmy effortlessly smashes it, and while the other animatronics are stunned into silence, Timmy runs into the next scene. What happens next is a montage of Timmy trying on funny clothes while punching random objects, only not to break anything until he's in the nude.
Oh my god, dude, this is turning into like the prequel of Five Nights at Freddy's with all these animatronics and creepy stuff, man. He's gonna get stuffed into one of those robots or become a robot or something stupid like that.
Dude,
come on, man.
Then, of course, Timmy finds himself throwing away a bunch of superhero stuff and walking away in despair. Right, so where was I? Okay, so now I'm going to have to go through some dire disaster that forces me to sacrifice modesty and become a hero. What will it be?
Darn it.
Avenging a family murder, stalked by a crazy hunter, or perhaps the ever-classical damsel in distress? Where is my damsel in distress? Shouted the manager. He groans. Great. Oh, fuck, why is this going where this is? Ugh. Great. Now she's late too. Oh, for the love of... I'll have to improvise. Come on, man.
Dude, this is so
Come
dumb.
On,
like to make this a moment to have your canon, your head canon chip of Trixie and Timmy, if it isn't canon in the story.
This is so like
this stupid scenario, man.
He quickly looks around the audience because that's what you do when your actors don't show up. You hire people from the audience.
$1 million, man.
Right. I need someone who matches the criteria. Hot girl, untouchable, completely out of the heroes league. Bingo! Before Trixie knew it was happening, she was being forcibly pushed onto the stage. What? Congratulations, you've won our sweepstakes. Now you're part of the act now. He lies smoothly. Yeah, sure. This won't get him fucking sued at the ass. Also, the fact that this is like a preteen girl. Anyways.
I want the FBI to come right into this convention and arrest everyone, like down to the ground, tackled, and like put like some cloth on like that poor. He's being with all the money being thrown around. He's being kind of as an underage child. He's being like, what's the word? Well, either way, he's being manipulated into the role, coerced, perhaps.
Yeah, coerced.
This is awful, man. And also, like, every single part of this act has been made by animatronics somehow, except for the damsel in distress, from pure coincidence, just for this moment to happen. Well, that's all I wanted to add.
I mean,
so dumb.
That's true. I mean, it's almost like this is extremely contrived.
Oh, darn it, man.
Anyways. Trixie panics. Wait, I don't want to! But she's already shoved into the hands of 3 animatronic rabid street thugs with Timmy quick on the scene. Trixie paled. Well, there goes my reputation.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah.
Chapter 4. Oh.
Still doesn't own the content.
Of course. Oh, is this person writing his own book? Okay, I'm not gonna read the what's it? I can't believe a guy who wrote fucking Naked LadCon is actually getting his book published. I mean, this was made 3 years ago, but
it's on Amazon, and he's legitimately advertising it on this crowd, like these people that read this fan fiction would want to read.
A story called Naked LadCon. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I want to read. Timmy froze up. Oh, Timmy froze up close. He recognized his crush on the stage with him while he was naked. Timmy just stood there, crack, and got smacked by a robot. What is he doing? He's supposed to fight. shouts a manager, annoyed. He's so angry with just one more in a long stream of annoyances that he throws the remote for the robots on the ground. Sparks fly from it. He pales. Oops. Oh, I think shit's whatever. Meanwhile, the robot's eyes start to spark and go red. Timmy's eyes went wide. In his experience, red eyes were never good. Trixie, run, he shouts. Trixie blushes. Don't say my name, you idiot, you baka. I'd like to get out of here with at least a shred of dignity. Rip. Oh. I don't like the rip. Oh, fuck, I read ahead. Okay. Not really what I was going for, but I guess humiliation is still humiliation. Plus, the price on this video probably just went through the roof. Thinks Vicky as she continues to stream. Trixie couldn't quite believe it.
I want a lawyer to react to this and try to extrapolate how many laws are broken in the making of this story.
Trixie couldn't quite believe it. She was naked, her body and identity now exposed to all. It was all over. Her popularity, her life, it would be all gone now. All. Trixie,
why did her clothes rip? What happened to her clothes?
The robot ripped her clothes off somehow.
Okay.
Trixie dodges, and just in time, and sees Timmy smash the robot that was about to ram her. The robots are going nuts. We need to leave, shouts Timmy as he grabs her and starts to pull her away. What? But I'm naked. I can't. Boom. A robot explodes, setting the stage on fire. Trixie bails. On second thought, life is more important than modesty. Lead on, she screams. The nerds, meanwhile, kept watching. What is this? They're totally going off script. Dude, who cares? Naked girl. Fucking, she's like 10 years old, bro. That's not okay, I don't think.
Well, you need to imagine that they're all the exact same age, apparently.
Oh, yeah, of course. Only 10-year-olds would go to a convention about a naked 10-year-old. Yes, that's the target audience.
Well, that's the only way I can justify that the author justifies this.
God.
This is awful.
Vicky, meanwhile, kept on laughing. Crunch.
No one heard this.
Oh, great. Crunch, until a robot stepped on her, crushing her in her hiding spot. Her groan of pain altered a security guard, who, seeing her camera, had her arrested for breaking the no-camera policy.
He's arresting her for that, and not anything that's going on here. Robots going out of control, like blatant pedophilia, you know, whatever. That's the thing that goes over the line. And furthermore, how does a robot crush her and her hiding spot? What does that even mean? Is it like a giant, like, foot going and crushing that? Whatever, man. Darn it, dude.
Trixie and Timmy are exposed to laughter and catcalls.
Oh, they're exposed to many more things than that. Just joking.
Laughter and catcalls. That's not creepy at all. They're being catcalled.
That is really creepy.
As they leave the collapsing con room, suddenly they're stopped by a guy, some random guy. Kids, your story has gone viral. Shows them a tablet, and they look mortified as they realize everyone saw them in the buff.
That's what he has to say. No one has any moral compasses in this entire story. No one.
How does this get worse? How does this get worse after that? I want to make you guys stars.
Oh my god.
No. I own the Naked Lad Company, and I want to make you the new actor. Points to Timmy, and you points to Trixie. I want to make you a new character, Naked Gal. I am a genius.
You're a lot of things, but you're definitely not a genius. Yeah, officers, this story right here, this guy.
Although mortified, they give a sigh and shrug. Their reputations were already doomed anyways. Might as well get some fame and fortune out of it.
Might as well prostitute yourself or like whatever's going on here. Darn it, dude.
Might as well get some fame and fortune out of it. They agree and sign the contract. By the way, Timmy, thanks for saving me. You really are a hero. She kisses him, causing Timmy to blush, ... and others to laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
Save your excitement for the big screen, kid. Timmy blushes and covers his enjoyment. Oh, great. This is what we needed. As he follows a laughing Trixie out of the building. Dude, okay, I was expecting this story to be bad. This story ended up, like, way worse than I thought, man. That story sucked.
Darn it, dude. The moral compass of this story just span and just helicoptered away, man. Like,
dude, this is fucking terrible. It is kind of funny though. It's like really funny bad. Who would write this? Who the fuck? I mean, somebody obviously requested this.
the cowardly Christian.
The cowardly Christian. Yeah. Of course, this chapter was also a reward for Zim's most loyal servant. That's great.
Well, you know, I can read some comments for you.
Oh,
Werewolf hero with an MLP fedora photo
Oh.
says, I liked this. Timmy and Trixie are naked superheroes. Should be fun, comma. Man, Zach Saturday 1
Lol.
says,
Update soon, please. Unfortunately, this was the last chapter, so.
Yeah. Mr. D 47, the guy who got the idea, you know, that guy, says, this is definitely getting interesting. Can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Zim's most loyal servant says, liking how Timmy managed to find a bright side of this situation. An interesting interesting way of getting Trixie involved. I was wondering how you'd pulled it off. Keep up the good work. Zim's most loyal servant signing off.
I'm glad he has to do that after every single one of his comments.
Super Sonic Bros. 123. Yeah, I know this is complete shamelessness here. These are the people that would attend Naked Lad Con.
Oh, right, yeah. They're like sweaty nerds.
Super Sonic Bros. 123 says, nice chapter and all, but Trixie's last name is Tang, not Chang.
Darn.
Darn.
That was the name of the alien, I think. Mark Chang.
Oh my
I
god.
get the Fairly Odd Parents lore right, dude.
Zim's most loyal servant for chapter 2 says, I like the origin story chosen for Naked Lad, especially Timmy noting just how creepy how much it's like his life. Oh, that's the thing that's creepy. And I like the bit of foreshadowing with Trixie wishing she could be a hero like Naked Lad herself. Can't wait to see how that backfires.
Oh, it certainly does.
Does it also... I get Timmy having superpowers, by the way, because of the fairies, but Trixie is just a naked person.
A naked 10-year-old girl.
So is she just expected to fight crime as a naked preteen girl?
Yeah.
This is awful. This is genuinely Wall of Shame-worthy. And there you go. Now you understand why we call it the Wall of Shame.
Yep, there is a lot of shame. There's a lot of shame in this story.
Yep. Well, guys, I hope we'll see you some other time at another Naked Lad convention. Or something else, perhaps.
I know I'll be there. Alright. Bye, I guess.
Hope we exposed you to the right fan fiction content, if you know what we mean.